Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. This is the Reading vs Middlesbrough preview, or the Middlesbrough vs Reading preview, however you want to put it. Middlesbrough home, we'll go back to the Fortress. Not really been a Fortress this season, I will admit. Not really been able to pick up the points so far this season. Isn't great for us, obviously. I mean, obviously we come off the back of this game. Well, should I say we go into this game off the back of a 1-0 defeat to Norwich. That happened on Saturday. A very jet-lagged A.J.T went to Norwich. And if very angry A.J.T's will come out the stadium. Yeah, it wasn't the best. I mean, I say it wasn't the best performance. Probably the worst performance I've watched all season. And that's not just because we lost to Norwich. That is genuinely because we were absolutely awful. There was nothing in the game for us. We had no desire. We had no intent to want to win that game or get anything out of the game, in my opinion. I mean, Gustin goes off our striker, and then it takes Tony Pulis to the 82nd minute to make a change to bring our actual striker on. For me, a striker can't really do much in the last 7 or 8 minutes. He should have made the change at half time. 1 point he took off Bamford, I think it was, for Howson. I don't understand why not to bring a midfielder on. Okay, he's trying to make a tie, but we should have gone for the win. But, it's hard as it is. We have to put that another game behind us. It's been a while since we actually won a game. Going off the back of the FA Cup defeat as well. And then we obviously had the Sheffield Wednesday 0-0, which a lot of people said it was just a boring, dreadful game. And then obviously we come off the back of a defeat to Norwich. So, our last couple of games have not been great in the league. Obviously I said about the FA Cup defeat. To me, it wasn't something that I got disheartened about too much because I thought, Borough concentrate on the league. But so far, that seems to be, a problem. That's 2 games haven't been great. Obviously, we did have that great victory against QPR 3 games ago, but it's at the point the last 2 games haven't been great. In the last game, especially that's all that counts. Obviously, the last game we lost. So open to hopefully get 3 points this weekend against Reading. It's going to be a big game. Both teams, I think Reading are something like 6 points off relegation, but I think they're pretty much safe. And Middlesbrough is 6 points off the playoffs. So this is a game, really. So yeah, for me, obviously Saturday's a write-off, but that's as far as it goes. I can't remember what I was going to say, but I was saying something and then I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, that was in fact professional. But yeah, like I say, we put Saturday behind us now. That game doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned. It's happened. It's done. We have to move on. We've got Reading our way next. 6 points off the playoffs. I think that's what I was going on to say, to be honest. 6 points off the playoffs. It isn't impossible. February, it isn't impossible. But it's hard. Let's be honest. I mean, you guys let me know in the comments. Do you still believe? I mean, I think everyone believes, but do you still honestly, do you still honestly believe? I'm going to get my words out there. That Middlesbrough can get promoted? Do you believe that Middlesbrough can still make the playoffs? I'm confident that we can make the playoffs. Now, can we win at Wembley? Oh, come on, man. Borough never won at Wembley. So, am I confident we can win at Wembley if we get there? I'm going to be honest with you now. No, I'm not. Based on the fact that we never won at Wembley. But if we did it, flipping it, it'd be a fantastic achievement. But at the same time, am I confident? No, I'm not, and it's one of them things where this is why I didn't want the playoffs. I didn't want Borough to get in the playoffs. That's why I want an automatic promotion, because I know if we get beat again, the heartbreak will hurt even harder. Let's be honest. I wanted automatic promotion. Now that looks out the window. I think Wolves have done a fantastic job this season. They're pretty much promoted. Derby look like they could be going up as well. So like I say, that top 6 is made up of good teams, but I think Borough deserve to be in there for me. Not the fact of the status of the club or the players we brought in. Just Middlesbrough my club, and I just feel like Middlesbrough have, even though we're not showing at home this season, we have had some good away. I can't get my words out all here. We have had some good away. Friggin' hell, man. We have had some good away performances. So for me, Borough deserve to be in the top 6. Based on our home form, no, we do not deserve to be in the top 6. If it's based on home form, we've been absolutely ridiculous at home. We've been pathetic. It's, we lost some games that I look back on and I think Borough should have beat them teams. You only have to look at the month of August for me. People said we'd walk that month, and it was as from that month that things started going downhill. Don't get me wrong, Borough had a few other good performances, in other months, but overall, no one can really say that this season's been fantastic for us. Steve Gibson's aim was to smash the league. We haven't done that. We've probably done the opposite of that. So, 6 points off. I do still believe in Middlesbrough. I do still believe that we can get the top 6. But we have to take every single game as it comes. And we have to treat them now like cup finals. That's as simple as it is. The last of these games, you have to. If you go into these now with the wrong mentality of these aren't cup finals. You know, if it's a cup final, you got to win it. For me, if Middlesbrough have got to see these now as cup finals. But we're going to get into this preview. We're going to discuss Reading second. They meant to go first, but I support Middlesbrough first. Obviously, we've already played these once already this season, but I beat them 2-0. And obviously, I had the pleasure of being there. The ticket is somewhere actually behind this. It's actually there. It's there, but it's behind the chair, so I can't really show you guys. But yeah, I had the pleasure of going there this season. I do like the Majestic Stadium as well, Reading Stadium. I think it's a very, very nice stadium. It's actually a beautiful stadium at night when it's all lit up in different colours. Went there, Boro won 2-0. Ledbetter scored the penalty. Assombalonga won the header and put it in the back of the net. And it was a fantastic away day. I also met Assombalonga's family, so that was fantastic. I'm gonna say, fantastic stadium. Unfortunately for Reading, I think Reading were going through a bit of a bad patch back then. You know, I spoke to a couple of fans after that game, and they were so down and depressed. And it was so hard to see because I know when we played Reading last time, we got beat 3-2, and that was when I was a kid. That's obviously that's time I went to Medeski. We have won since then, they beat us since then. But I remember at that time their club was almost in turmoil. You know what I mean? Their fans were hating Jap Stamp. You know what I mean? Obviously their fans were devastated. I remember one fan was nearly crying outside the stadium telling me how depressed he was watching Reading. So that's what happened back then. You know, so I mean, Reading have been picking up good performances, but they have. I mean, if I talk about the last 5 games, they have lost 3 of them games. So when I say they've picked up form, well, if you look at the last 5 games, you think I was a liar because no, they haven't really picked up form. But to me, Reading are kind of one of the teams that you know pick up form for so long, and then you know Reading go through a bad patch and pick up form again. And that's the way it goes. And if you look at the last 5 games, they're coming into this one off the back of a 2-0 defeat to Millwall. So I mean they've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 3. The one they won was away at Burton. They won 3-1. They drew 2 away at Hull 0-0, and then they lost to Millwall 2-0, lost to Brentford 1-0, and lost to Birmingham 2-0. So they lost to 3 decent teams. You know, teams that Boro maybe struggled against this season. Hull obviously Boro beat, and Burton Boro beat as well. And obviously we still got to play Hull at home and Burton away, Millwall at home, Brentford away, and Birmingham I think it's away as well. So that's a midweek game. I will be there, obviously. I love the Boro, but yeah. If you look at their past 5 games, you would say that sort of, you know, Middlesbrough could be a bit better. I think, to be fair, going to this one, I think both teams are pretty much equal if you go off form. But yeah, I mean, to come off the back of this one, obviously they come off the back of a defeat as well, the same as Middlesbrough. So both teams looking to bounce back. So it should be a really, really exciting game. You know, with both teams obviously not picking up decent results last time they played each other. Now, obviously, I haven't mentioned the league position. They are currently sitting on 32 points. Borough sitting on 45 points. We're in 9th, they're in 18th, so there is a bit of a point difference there. If Reading win this one, they can go 16th. As I've already mentioned, they are 6 points off relegation, so the chances are, if other teams below them win, they are in a little bit of spot of trouble. And if Middlesbrough win, Borough are 6 points off 6th, so if Borough win, we can close the gap on 6th, depending on results around us. It's really important now that Borough win every single game, but I won't stress that as much as I've stressed it now. They're top goal scorers. They've scored a fair few goals, to be fair to them. Probably got more. I mean, should I say the second and the third top highest goal scorer have got more goals than Borough. So let's go through it. I mean, the top goal scorer, I can't even pronounce his name. I'll have a go. Bodverson, if that's how you pronounce it. He's got 8 goals this season. Then they got Baro. Baro's actually the man that I actually spoke about when Borough were playing them the first time around. I said he's a very, very good player. And it looks like I got it right because he's got 7 goals and 3 assists. And then we got Liam Kelly, who I also spoke about. I'm pretty sure I mentioned Liam Kelly as well. He's got 4 goals, 2 assists. So the people to look out for them 3. But I did mention Barrow and I mentioned Kelly. The last time I played them, them 2 are very, very good players. And it shows you just by their obviously by their goals and assists this season. And obviously their top goal scorer as well. He's been getting the fair goals as well. So obviously the head-to-head I've already discussed. But the last time they won, I was actually there. The last time Reading won at the Riverside, and it was a boring game. They did us 1-0. It was the 30th of August, and I went with my 2 pals. And I remember sitting in the north stand watching the game, thinking, "What the hell am I watching, man?" And they went and scored, and it ended 1-0. And I just remember sitting there and just shaking my head in disbelief at how bad that game was. It was a bit like Norwich on Saturday. If I run you through my team, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go for a 4-4-2. But the only tweak to the team is a 4-4-2. I'm going to have Bamford. There's a name alert sat behind the main man Assombalonga. There's my 2. We're 2 up top, Bamford and Sombalonga. Gusted doesn't get a look in for me because he's got to learn that he can't do what he did on Saturday. You know, I know I said that he wasn't a red card the second one, but listen, he got sent off after 30 minutes, and it could have been his fault that we lost the game. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it could have been his fault to why we lost that game. So, you know, for me, he's got to learn his lesson. Got to bench him. Learn your lesson. You know what I mean? Reckless play. Bamford did nothing wrong in that game. Sombalonga didn't really get much of an opportunity in to give them 2 the spot for me. So in goal, I'm going to go for Dan Randolph as always. The back 4 stays the same as the Norwich game. That's being Ryan Shot on right back, Ayala Gibson as centre pairing, George Friend left back. Now George Friend did get done over a few times. I'd love to see Fabio come back in the team, but at the minute I think he is injured, so George Friend will play. Out on the right, Adama Traore. Adam Clayton moves out. Johnny Howson comes back in. To why Adam Clayton got, I don't know why he got the nod over Johnny Howson. Johnny Howson for me has been one of the best players this season. So Johnny Howson stays in the team. Alongside him is Oren Leadbitter. Out on the left, Stuart Downing, and the 2 up top, Patrick Bamford and the Sombalonga. This video, I'm not being able to get my words out, and I have no idea why. But yeah, that's my team. Am I feeling confident going to this one? Flipping it, man, I'm 50-50. And that's me being real honest with you guys. 50-50. I'm going to give you a score prediction now. I think Boro will struggle. That's the thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm questioning everything now. Will Boro struggle? There's a possibility. You know what I mean? Both teams want to bounce back. I'm not even going to put it on the league positions no more and say, oh, you know, whereabouts Reading out, whereabouts Boro out, because anything can happen in this league. It's the hardest league to get out of. It's been proven that. So, score prediction for you guys. I'm going to go for Boro to win this one. I'm just going to go for a 1-0. I don't feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game. 1-0, and we're going to go for Stuart Downing to get the goal. At 1-0, I'd be happy with. Close that gap and just try and get up the table as quick as possible. The only thing I do want to say is, if Boro do go up, I hope that we do rebuild, or maybe to add to the quality we've got in the team going into the Premier League, if that is to happen. And if not, the same again for the Championship. I want to go up fully prepared. I want to go prepared with obviously with a team that is ready for the Premier League. Not go up unready, just like we did the last time. In my opinion, that's why we went down, because we went up unready. So this has been the Middlesbrough vs Reading Preview. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Up the Boro!